Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. As always, I'm your boy Aray, and I'm with my guy Own. And today we actually got a pretty decent one because obviously one of the biggest animes of our generation just came out with one within our special, and that is none other than Attack on Titan. This is the final season, part three, part one, I believe. I don't know, man. I kind of lost track, which is a little bit ridiculous. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan in this pod. Just a quick announcement before we get started. We actually started up a Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord, we have, podcast discussions. We got a bunch of games. We got rankings, news, and a bunch of other cool shit. So if you guys want to join that, a link will be in the description, as well as if you guys go to our Instagram, which is Anime Plus Network or Anime Plus Podcast, I believe it is. Again, link will be in the description. You guys can check it out there. It's an easier link to join the Discord. So we'll see you guys there. So anyways, let's start off with Attack on Titan, man. What kind of led up to this? So obviously we had to wait about a year and I'd say a year and a half for this 1 hour special to come out. And let me hear your thoughts on what did you think?
Bruh, all I know is 1 hour was not enough. Okay, that's my first thing. Firstly, yeah, 1 hour is not enough. Secondly, bro, we waited a year and a half for an hour. Wait, what, bro? Might as well we waited another half a year and just got it all together. To be honest, I'm not really too crazy about them doing this. To be honest, I feel like it's good because it kind of builds hype for them for their next season, technically. But by then, everyone's already gonna be forgetting. Like it's gonna be like 6 months later. Like everyone's already gonna be out of tune. But I think they're dragging the shit out of it, to be honest, and it's just getting a bit too much.
No, dude, I totally agree with you. It's basically them milking it. It kind of reminds me of how Demon Slayer is reiterating some of their last season's episode in the theater. It's kind of like that, where they made this whole thing about an hour special where, to be honest, it didn't feel like a lot of content to me. I know we talked about it in a previous pod where we were kind of speculating how much is left and what they're planning to do for Attack on Titan. Do you remember we're like, dude, there's like 6 or 7 chapters left. So like, yeah, there's only so much they could have done. But to be honest, why couldn't they do it all together? So that's my little bit of a little rant on it, I guess. I was still happy with the episode. I didn't think it was anything crazy. Like it was an hour special. I thought that we would probably get like 40 minutes considering it was aired on TV, like 20-minute commercials. So I was pretty happy that at least it was an hour. But yeah, I mean, did you like the episode overall, like the contents within it, or were you just kind of like, it's all right?
No, so okay, so obviously Attack on Titan content is peak, right? It's always gonna be peak. There's never gonna be like a time where I think really Attack on Titan is boring. So whatever the author gave us, obviously enjoyable. I loved it, but I just don't. I'd rather have not gotten that right now, and I just would rather have waited till when he actually gets the next core up. I don't know. It just this this uh this movie thing. It's like a movie to me. Like it becomes like this 1 hour special thing just becomes like a movie to me. Kind of gets it's like kind of reminds me of Demon Slayer with how their movies are canon. And I think in my opinion, I don't think movies should be canon. I think movies are that's a whole nother discussion, obviously, whether movies should be canon or not. But it's not like every single person watches movies. So the fact that like it takes away from the anime and because it's canon, it's kind of taken away from the anime, and then yeah. Well, obviously the content within Attack on Titan, phenomenal. How about you though?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I like, although I do enjoy the content, it's probably one of the best well-written stories of all time. But I don't know, man. This hour felt kind of lackluster considering we did wait in like a year and almost a half. Yeah, I mean, we had, in my opinion, like 85% like backstory and dialogue and like kind of effects. I mean, for example, the rumbling itself, yeah, that was cool for their first, 2, 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. But I'm pretty sure they played that shit for like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then yeah, that was about 85% of the episode, and then it was like 15% action. So I don't know, man. Maybe as an anime only, I wanted to see more cool shit happen. but I just felt like it was a little bit underwhelming, especially because they could have easily pieced this together probably faster than a year. I mean, all the manga content was already done, and all it really came down to was probably 3 episodes worth, which I'm sure they could have done a lot faster. I didn't feel like the animation was that crazy to kind of warrant that year and a half that it took. So that's just my negativity going into it, kind of nitpicking. Again, I did enjoy it. I'm not really hating on it, but that's just my personal opinion. I just felt like, I don't know. I guess it's all of us anime fans. We just want more. So I'll kind of attribute to that, but that's just how I feel.
No, I mean, I definitely agree with you there for sure. Like, I get what you're saying. They took a year and a half, and all we got was that, and most of it was like backstory, and most of it wasn't like fights, scenes, or action. The animations were normal. Everything was normal. You know what it was? They might as well just fucking gave us that trailer and just gave it. That's it. They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have even gave us the episode. They should have literally gave us the trailer. These guys literally spoiled the whole episode within that like 1 minute trailer, and they showed us all the good parts, and that's pretty much it. The only other parts were they were either backstory or just like not like fighting or like crazy animation type of scenes, but a lot of the scenes were in the trailer, which I honestly did not like. What do you think about that trailer?
Honestly, bro, I knew that it was gonna happen, so I actually didn't watch the trailer at all.
Oh
I
shit.
should probably go back and watch it now, but I saw one of the comments on our Instagram post like, "Yo, that's a spoiler." So I was like, "Oh shit! All right, I'm not gonna watch it then." You know what I mean?
Bro, straight up, what I tell you, bro, this 1 minute was probably like every new thing that happened within the hour long episode they showed within that 1 minute. Bro, it was everything. And I don't know. It was just a lot of it was just self loathing and just, you know.
Dude, doesn't that kind of prove my point though? That there was no action or anything in
Yeah.
the hour that they basically put the whole thing in the trailer.
As soon as they got to the action, boom, it ends. I'm like, yo, what? Literally there was no action. Like there was no action. But it puts us at a really good spot for the next season's action. But yeah, there was no action at all.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is we know that we're getting the end of Attack on Titan this year. Although it's been 10 years since it's come out. I think it came out in 2013, which is kind of insane to think
Oh
about it.
shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 years and we're finally getting the ending. So
And people say
that's
One
awesome.
Piece is long. Come on now.
Well, you know where they're coming from, man.
Two
Come on,
Attack on
man.
Titan, two Attack on Titans equal One Piece.
Yeah, this dude.
I'm messing, but I think yeah, they are just milking the shit out of this last season. I think you just need to get over with it. I'm trying to see what the hell happens, and I'm trying to see what the world becomes at the end of this. I'm not trying to spoil anything yet, but I'm trying to see how the Attack on Titan world ends, or well, how it ends, or how that works. It's yeah, that's like the main thing for me. But okay, do you want? Let's talk about the episode itself. So, um, do you have any like questions or anything?
Let's do this. Let's start from the beginning and then kind of make our way through it. So, of course, the first thing that happened was, the rumbling. I actually like that part. It's kind of not seeing everybody die, but like, yeah, well, pretty much I like that shit,
Yeah,
bro. That shit
bro.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, the
I
beginning
don't
was
know.
crazy with
Yeah.
it starts with that story. Not the story, basically the flashback of Eren, he's in Marley, and then you see those Eldian like kids saving up money or whatever. And then he knows he's talking to the kids. He's basically saying sorry to the kids before like the shit's gonna happen, which is just like that's the thing. A lot of people like have been thinking that like yo, Eren's doing this shit, but it's not like hard for Eren. But at the end of the day, like he's killing so many people. Obviously, it's gonna take a toll on him. And the fact that they displayed it through like the kid's eyes and Eren's eyes, like in that way, was pretty good, and it showed it in a nice way, basically.
Yeah, no, I agree. Two things on that. One is obviously this is just another example of how good and how well written this story is. I mean, you can go back on it and just notice so many things that just occurred and that you didn't notice. You know what I mean? So like when we finish the series, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of different types of Easter eggs or however you want to call it, foreshadowing that we didn't notice in this episode, but we will later on when it finishes. Like this is just another occurrence. Like if we had known like this scene that they were talking about right now and like Aaron's face when he was talking to that kid, like I remember it was just like whatever, this is whatever. But then now looking back at it, I'm like, damn. So that's the first thing. The second thing is obviously, if you guys don't know by now, we're probably going to spoil the entire episode. So make sure you guys watch it before you listen to our pod. Forgot to mention that at the start of this episode, but whatever, man. I'm sure all you guys watched it because like it was hype, man. It was hyped up. So yeah, man. Let's go from the next part here.
Okay, so the next part, um, okay, I kind of want to talk about like their self-loathing part of it, bro. Like the whole like time that they're on the plane, right? It's all just self-loathing. Everyone just saying, "Oh, we're monsters. We're monsters." Like, okay, we get that. Like, we get it. You don't have to keep dragging it on that everyone is like a monster at this point. Actually, wait. Before we even get to that point, yo, what are you thinking about what do you call it? Annie and
Yo, you know what's mad funny, bro? I was waiting for either you to say it or I was gonna bring it up. That shit was weird, bro. The whole time I'm sitting there like, bro, she didn't age at all in that crystal, bro. Like
oh yeah,
her
oh true.
so like yo, Armin was on that. Weird,
Ar-
weird shit, bro.
Armin was on Demon Time, bro.
Yo.
Armin was on Demon Time, bro. My boy was talking to a crystallized rock for what? How many years was it?
Yo,
Like,
I don't
bro,
remember. What was it, 2-3 years? Bro
yeah,
caught feelings with a rock, basically, bro. Like,
basically, the dude caught feelings the rock. But honestly, it's like I don't know, it's a weird. I didn't expect it. I did not expect that shit. Like when she said sit next to me, I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? Like she's just I don't know. It's not expected from her. Also, like the fact that Mikasa found out just off of looking at them, like what type of shit are
yeah.
they? What type of shit are they on? Like
I
what?
feel like they forced a little bit of romance in there. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know, man. Like now that obviously Sasha died and stuff, there's no romance. Like, I mean,
true.
other than Mikasa and Aaron, but I feel like they gotta enforce that because they're like, where did that come from, man? Like,
Nah, but like,
and,
wait,
and
Mikasa and Eren, is that an actual thing? Like, I don't know. The way
I
I see
mean,
it, yeah.
I was
The
gonna say like a bunch of fans like that. You know what I mean? Like, but
okay, okay, okay.
obviously that's not happening right now with with the rumbling and everything like that. So I
Yeah,
feel like
the way I see it is like she's an Ackerman, right? And he's like the founding Titan, so she's basically just she basically spawned as his bitch. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like there's like it's not even about the love connection at that point. You know what I mean? There's no love connection whatsoever. She literally got like a shitty spawn and she spawned as his bitch, like literally. Because
bro
Ackermans
said
have to
bro says spawn.
like I'm being so dead ass because like Ackermans are like well what's the thing about Ackermans that they have to serve the Titans or something or like they have to save the just have to save
Yeah,
humanity
yeah.
or something.
It's weird though because like obviously we don't get that vibe from Levi. So and obviously he's an Ackerman. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know,
know.
man.
I kind of want to know more about the Ackermans and how that stuff works. I feel like they didn't really go too in depth in the Ackermans, and it's honestly crazy because Levi himself, he's bro, the dude's as crazy as a fucking Titan. Like he has beat the Beast Titan like multiple times already. Like there's a human that's as good as a Titan, and I don't know. They don't really go too in depth. They go what they introduce his uncle once, but other than that, they didn't really talk about the Ackermans as much as I think they should have.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, there's obviously something behind them that we just didn't know and we should know. I don't know if maybe it'll come later on, who knows? But yeah, it is what it is. Kind of going off of that what you said. You know what I realized this episode? We didn't really get too much of the main cast. Like we got Armin, which I don't think anyone really cares as much as the starting trio, you know what I mean? Like Mikasa, Armin and Aaron. But yeah, I mean we got Armin, we barely got Aaron. We just got a little bit of the rumbling. We got basically nothing from Mikasa. we got very little from Levi. You know what I mean? So it felt like everyone's beloved characters and the ones everyone likes the most, we barely got anything from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they're setting. I feel like it was just a setup for for the next season. If not, so yeah, for the next core or whatever. Like they're setting up these pieces this episode, so it's like it's gonna be like Aaron versus Armin. You know, Armin's gonna have to talk to Aaron. And it's gonna be Levi. Like I know it's technically the Armor Titan versus the Beast Titan, but I feel like somehow Levi's gonna have to verse the Beast Titan. Not like I don't know that rivalry of the Beast Titan and Levi is just so good for me, and I think Levi's gonna have to end it. But I think that they're set up to do some damage and actually get involved. But yeah, you're right. They didn't like really do too much. It was honestly like I would say this 1 hour special was literally just to set up the fight. That's literally it.
Yeah, no,
Because
yeah, no,
yeah,
I agree with you 100%. I mean, it did feel like a setup episode, which is fine. But the part that sucks is what are we setting up if there's over like there's basically 2 seasons to go, like half a year to go. You know what I mean? If you wanted to do a setup, you would release it a lot closer to the finale. You know what I mean? So that to me was a little bit of I'll call it a screw up, man. I feel like they could have done that better. Like, could you imagine having those two together? That would have been crazy. Like the amount of hype it would have built up. Like I know there was hype going into this. You know, like usually Crunchyroll drops AOT like or not AOT like any anime an hour after it comes out on TV with subtitles and all that. Yeah, there was a little bit of a delay. You know, we didn't get it on Crunchyroll for like I'd say about 8 or 9 hours afterwards. So maybe there was a little bit of crash, maybe there's a little bit of hype. Who really knows? But I feel like this was a huge opportunity for them to build hype. I mean, do you remember the first time AOT broke the internet, where Crunchyroll was down, everything was down, Twitter was going crazy. I peeped Twitter during this time, and it was only trending number 9 at the highest I saw it. Obviously,
damn.
that was everybody trying to get onto Crunchyroll, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, it felt
No,
like a letdown. The hype really wasn't there. Obviously, the hype's always going to be there, but it just wasn't there as much as I expected it to be.
no, 100%. I agree with that completely. Like as I was saying, like in the beginning, like you can't have these setup. You can't have these setup moments after a fucking year and a half. Like, what are you doing, bro? This is even worse than One Piece pacing at that point. Fuckers like one a year and a half, and then we're getting a setup episode to the actual episode. Like, honestly, like it's like the content was just a mediocre. Like we've gotten better regular Attack on Titan episodes, just non-special types, just a regular episode we've gotten, and it's been way better. But instead of all the negativity about the episode, one good thing that I really did like about the episode was when Hanji went and she sacrificed herself, but it's like she was fighting till the end. Animations were sick. She was actually taking some down. I don't know. That whole like
Dude,
little scene of that was just insane.
she was a monster, bro. I was like, yo, like the way I was watching her cut down all those Titans and stuff. I was like, dude, they could have easily took them on. But then I saw her like kind of burn up, and I was like, oh shit.
If they had like fire resistant suits or some shit and like a couple Levi's, I think they'd be fucking chilling.
My dude said a couple of Levi's.
Literally, bro. Levi and fucking Mikasa could literally just be just be flying around, zipping heads off. Like, I don't know, Levi is just too deadly. And if they had some like fire resistant thing, that'd be sick. But honestly, there's just too many. Like, it's just she was there literally just slow it down, just so they can leave. And I think like the way they like showed that was elite, because as soon as it was leaving, like as soon as the plane was leaving, you see the Titan kind of fall right before getting there. It was just perfectly timed. Everything was like perfect about the scene. Hanji died in a cool ass way. She killed as many Titans as she could before she got out. I think yeah, that was one of the most solid scenes for me within
Yeah.
the series.
Yeah, no, in the series, nice.
Not within
Yeah,
the series, within the not within the series, within
I was gonna
the
say this is a little bit of a hot take. I'll give him this. You know, even though that was probably the only action that was really in there, that was a pretty good action scene. Like it had feeling behind it. It was pretty hyped. It was dope. I mean, the way she was slashing through them was sick. So I'll give him that. That's definitely for sure. But I mean, one underrated part about that entire scene was Flock, man. Like, if it wasn't for that motherfucker, Hanji would still be alive. And I feel like that's something that really went underrated because Flock, bro, really shot the holes in the bull in the the tank, and
Yeah.
that caused her to have to delay them. You know what I mean? So that
Fuck
was a
that
little bit
dude,
of
bro.
a
Straight up. Straight up fuck that dude, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's always these fucking Flock has always been this dumb fuck since the beginning of time, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, he saved Irwin. That was elite, right? That one part where he serves Irwin. But other than that, bro, this dude Flock has been a negative to society since he's been alive, bro. And even at the end when society's basically ending, he still manages to fuck shit up. Like, bro, what's going on? Even though Mikasa got the kill quick. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, she was there. She got the kill quick. But bro, this dude had to hit the fuel tank as they were leaving. Literally, there was gonna be no casualties. They would have been like, they would have gone to that fortress or that hill without any type of like distress about fueling and whatnot. But obviously, Flock is being fucking Flock, and it's just yeah. I don't know. The dude's just weird, and I just don't like this character. But I get why his character is there.
Yeah, he gives me like Gabby 2.0 vibes where everyone is just against, you know what I
bro,
mean?
bro, bro, unalive both of them, bro. Gabby and the other one. I know the other one's kind of innocent. What's his name again? Um, the one that kind of looks like Rainer.
Bro,
The
I'm gonna lie, bro. I completely forgot, man.
I know. I just completely forgot too. The blonde kid. But basically,
Yeah,
both of these guys just get them the fuck out of here. Especially FaZe Gabby.
face Gabby, let's go.
Especially her, bro. Like, she already killed. Like, she caused too much like bullshit since the beginning. She killed Sasha. They should have just annihilated her off that. Then she gets like mad hard. She gets on like first she gets on the ship. Like, bro, what are you doing? You're like 5. Gets on the ship, acting mad hard, kills Sasha. She still doesn't get killed. Then she does what she does. She goes to Sasha's family, interacts with them a whole lot. Like, bro, she got saved by too many people. And I don't know what type of role she's gonna play. Because obviously I know the other one's gonna play a bigger role because he's an actual Titan and whatnot. But what role is she gonna play? I mean, I kind of just want Eren to kind of just go blast her. I don't know how he's gonna do it from wherever he's at, but I do kind of just want to see FaZe Gabby out of the picture. What you think? What you think about that?
I agree with you, man. Obviously, I'm annoyed because of what she did to Sasha. Sasha was the homie. Everybody loves Sasha. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't think we really got too much of her in the episode, so I was happy with that at the very least.
No, I just hate them, bro. Like, bro, you did all this shit to come to like she literally got onto the blimp or whatever. Then like she does all this crazy shit, right? And then when the rumbling's happening now, yeah, she's just gonna go on the ship with freaking, Annie and them. Like, come on now.
Right,
You
right.
you were acting
Yo,
hard, now act hard with like, the real rumbling.
yeah, 100%, man. Like, where's she at now? Anyways, dude,
Exactly.
I actually got a question for you. So, I didn't know how to like interpret this, but basically, when they realized, like, oh, Aaron didn't take away our Titan powers, like we could have easily not, he could have easily taken away, and we would not have any Titan powers at all. You know what I mean? How did you interpret that? Did you interpret it as like, oh, like I want you to stop me type of thing, where Aaron's like hoping your friends stop him, or did you interpret it like, yo, I want all the smoke, you ain't gonna do shit type? You know what I mean? Like, how do you interpret that?
Okay, so I had this I always thought it in the way where like, okay, so his goal was always to keep them safe. That was his whole goal, right? So he was never against them. That's like he was never like his goal is never to kill them ever, right? So him killing everybody else allows them to have the freedom that they want, right? Which is technically true. Like they can just do whatever the fuck they want, and the rumblings, nothing's gonna happen to them. So the way I thought about it is like, yo, technically Aaron's just allowing them to have their freedom, do whatever they want. If they want to pursue him, he doesn't he knows that they really can't do shit. Like, bro, the dude's on top of the world. He has unlimited titans. Like, let's say unlimited titans. Like he has all the titan forms. Like he's basically unkillable. Like I kind of agree with that. Like I'm kind of on the side of like catch the smoke side, because it's either like, yo, y'all can chill if you want, but if y'all don't want to chill, you guys can't fuck with me. So it's just, yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you
Yeah,
think though?
man. I couldn't tell because for all the right reasons that you said, like he cares about his friends. I mean, there was that one scene where they're all sitting on that I don't know, was it like a wagon or like a train or whatever it was, and he's like, "Yo, I love you guys" and all that shit. Yeah, I mean that makes sense in that degree that would be the reason that he would let them have their powers. But at the same time, like he could have just taken away the powers and then they would have been completely fine. You know what I mean? He gave it back when he was done. You know what I mean? So it
True, true,
kind
true,
of felt
true.
like what was the point of all that? Maybe there was an element of he wanted them to stop him, but at that point, I mean, you already killed bad people. Just finish the job. You know what I mean? Like I obviously we can't go through the mind of Aaron because we're not crazy. We're not in that situation. We're not serial killers and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean, he's going through it though. Like he's going through it. He doesn't really have anyone to kind of, go through it with. He in his mind, he's right, and he's not gonna change for anybody. Even though like it's because he's gonna be, obviously it's because he got oppressed his whole life, and he was the one chained up like a dog, like a cat, like basically cattle, he's as he says it. But he wants to keep the audience as safe as possible for as long as possible. But I don't know. I think he's just going crazy. I think he needs. I think he kind of kept it as a safe. Like basically, he wants. I do get the aspect of him wanting them to save him, because bro, it's like going on that type of mission alone is actually just fucking crazy. We saw that in the beginning of the scene when he was beginning of the special when he was talking to the kid. Bro, he's talking to a random kid, telling him, "I'm sorry, I'm about to kill you." Like the kid doesn't even know what's going on. Like,
right, right.
like like he's actually going crazy. So maybe he did put like a failsafe for himself. He's like, "Yo, these guys can pick me up if shit gets too crazy." But I don't know, the way he's going through it right now. It's like he wants to kill everybody because he wants to keep Eldia safe for as long as possible. So it's like I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. I don't get how that works completely either.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I mean, it is weird. I guess we'll find out towards the end. The one thing that I would say that I really hope doesn't happen is, they're all about a fight, you know what I mean? Which was at the very end of the episode. And then, Aaron just, I don't know, he comes out of his shell or whatever that weird Titan form is and just starts crying or some shit like that. I feel like that would make a terrible ending. Obviously, we know that a lot of people don't like the ending that have read the manga. We also know that there is speculation. I've heard that it's confirmed, but I've never been able to find 100% confirmation. But the anime is supposed to have an anime original ending, so there's that factor. So we really don't know. But yeah, I think that's the one ending that I feel like would piss me off the most. Some like power friendship shit. Not to bring in fairy
Facts.
tale, but that's something that I would not expect from Attack on Titan with how well the story has been written so far. So that's the one thing that I would say I really hope doesn't happen.
Yeah, actually, I really like. I never really thought about it like that. But now that you bring it up, bro, if they do that shit, I'm gonna be fucking heated, because this whole so-called year and a half we waited for the setup, we're about to get some, like, bro, I am trying to see some Levi versus Beast Titan action. Like I'm trying to see that shit. I'm trying to see Rainer fuck shit up. I'm trying to see like the current Titan. I'm honestly trying to see Annie. I don't know how the hell that's gonna work. Trying to see all the Titans there, versing Eren and whatnot. And
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't get right. She didn't want to fight, right? As far as I know.
yeah,
So she's
she
probably not gonna pull up, right? Unless she makes
no,
like a
I,
surprise.
I don't know, something like that kid had a dream about her flying or some shit. Like if she can fly, that'd be fucking crazy. Remember, like
Wait, what? Where did you fly it? Whose dream is
no,
this?
no, not her dream or his dream or I don't know. It was a dream, right? Or the memories of Zeke or some shit. They were flying, but I don't know. I think
Hmm.
it had something to do with Annie. I know that for sure. Like it was like some like she can. I don't know. I have to do like a bit more research on it because I was actually watching a recap of the episode and it was saying something about the female Titan having a new like basically power up and it was it was had something to do with the vision that the kid saw. But yeah, I have to look more into that. But I
Gotcha.
mean, if she can
That's
fly
fair.
or something, that'd be fucking cool.
It would be. So to be honest, man, the only thing I'm really waiting for is obviously the ending, the whole situation, the solution. And I really want to know before the series ends a little bit more about the Ackermans and what's going to happen with Historia because there was a whole plot point with her and it just kind of feels like it dissipated. So those are like the main things I'm focused on.
I
Yeah.
forgot about Historia, low key. Now that you bring her up, yo, yeah, where did she go? What happened to her? Like, what was this?
She got pregnant, man, and then after that, she just kind of dissipated from the story. So it's like, what happened in that plot
Like,
point?
where's she at right now, bro?
That's what I'll say, dog.
Yeah, like, is she in the Titan? Like, is she just not existent anymore? No baby, no kid. Like, what's going on? Honestly, I really forgot about her. It's like you just brought her up. I dead forgot about her, but yeah, honestly, she's like a key figure in this whole thing. It's honestly
Right,
weird
right.
that they even take her out, but let's see what happens. Honestly, the setup, it's okay. For a setup episode, it's good, right? For a normal episode, it's not good, obviously. But I'm like so hyped because as soon as the next the thing is, it's in 6 months, bro. They do this bullshit hype thing 6 months earlier. It's kind of whack, but like the first episode is gonna hit different, bro. Like that first scene of like them fighting. I hope there's fighting in the first scene, but it's gonna be epic. The way they set it up for this next season, like the setup is great, but like yeah,
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And I feel like they could do this one right. I mean, they better do this one right. I was talking to somebody on the Discord. Shout out to you, boy. Um, we were saying that like, like 90% of like some of these really hyped up animes have really bad anime endings. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Attack on Titan will follow that trend. It probably won't because of all the production and how hyped it is. But man, if one anime has to have a good ending, it's got to be Attack on Titan because this one is just everyone loves it, man. It's one of those few series that get people into anime. New anime lovers love it. People that have been watching anime for years love it. It's just one of those, you know what I mean? So it's got to be done perfectly, in my opinion. Like it's
I
got a lot
mean,
of pressure on it. I'll give him that.
100%. Just the way the story's been played out since the beginning, bro. Like we got news that Aaron was behind all of it, and we got so many different crazy plot points where we basically started from zero, and now we know so much. There's still a lot that we don't know, but like I don't know, the storyline has been so nice throughout the whole series that like if they fuck up the ending, that's gonna be like a One Piece. Like if One Piece is like the journey, I'm gonna be tight. And if they have some shit like that with Attack on Titan, like bro, that's gonna be just annoying. Literally, just annoying. I'm not trying to have that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Do you have anything else to say? Yeah, I feel like we covered pretty much most of our feelings on this. The only thing we didn't really do is kind of rate it. So, I mean, I would give it because of the expectations, because of we how good we know this is. If this is supposed to be not like a setup episode, I mean, I would give it like a 5 or a 6, which is being pretty harsh. But we all know how good AOT is. Other than that, I mean, if it was a setup episode, I mean, I thought it did a pretty good job towards the second half. I mean, that last scene itself was pretty hype. So again, that was pretty good. So I would give it an 8 in terms of if this was supposed to be a setup episode, which is kind of two different variables. So whatever, man. My ranking system, I'm gonna keep it that way. But yeah, man, how did you feel before we wrap up
Okay,
this episode?
so normally for me, Attack on Titan episodes are like a nice 10. You feel me? Like straight up, like they're usually 8 through
Right.
10s
Always.
normally. Normally,
Always.
always 8 through 10s. So like, it's not even like a question. It's like Game of Thrones level of like episodes when it comes to anime. Like it's like Attack on Titan is the Game of Thrones of anime for sure. But this out here was like the last season of Game of Thrones, where they just fucked the whole like show up. Where like they could have made it so much better. Like even this, like okay, so I'm not saying they fucked up Attack on Titan from this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying they could have made this shit so much better. That's why I'm giving it like a straight like it's disrespectful giving it a 5. But I
All
think
right, word. I don't feel that bad giving it a 6 then, because that's kind of where I wanted to lean towards.
yeah,
But I
like
went a little bit high, man. I went high too.
like it's disrespectful for Attack on Titan for sure. But the thing is, Attack on Titan already has this high reputation. It's like, imagine you're known for fucking like it's like LeBron dropping like 5 points in a game. Come on now, like that's not even bro. Like he's been doing so good for so long that if he drops 5 in a game, it's just like, bro, what? That was a horrible game. But yeah, that's I think once you raise the bar to a certain point and you don't deliver, yeah, it's just your rank it's like lowered heavily. Like you're discriminated, not discriminated, but you're critiqued. You're critiqued
Yeah, I
for
got you, man.
you're
I got you,
critiqued
man.
for a lot more basically.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's a good way to end this pod, man. Let's see if it lives up to the expectations. Obviously, we all believe it will, because it's probably, again, I've said this like a million times in this pod, one of the best, well-written stories of anime of all time. But yeah, let's see. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this podcast. Make sure you guys check out the links in our description. Join the Discord. We just opened it. Tons of fun in there. We're having fun. We'll have anime discussions. In fact, we're gonna leave an open discussion on there on what you guys thought of the Attack on Titan ending. We have a spoiler chat if you guys have read the manga, so you guys can go ahead and use that. But other than that, make sure you guys join that. Make sure you guys check out our Instagram and all of that. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Anime Plus. Peace.
Peace.